Huge crowds are expected in Havana's Revolution Square to start a two-day memorial for Fidel Castro. The revolutionary leader and dictator who ruled Cuba for nearly 50 years died on Friday. Flags are at half-staff throughout the country, and the government has called for 9 days of national mourning.
Castro led the revolt that overthrew Cuba's then dictator in 1959. He became an enemy of the West, persecuting and killing dissenters and isolating his country from much of the world. He clashed with 10 U.S. presidents from Dwight Eisenhower to George W. Bush. And in 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis nearly started a nuclear war with the Soviet Union. Charlie Rose is in Havana with how Castro's death might change the communist country 90 miles south of Florida. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning. The mood here is quiet and subdued as this island nation of 11 million people tries to come to terms with Fidel Castro's death. For nearly half a century, he controlled just about every aspect of their life.
¡Viva la revolución!
Fidel Castro's death marks the end of an era. Whether it is the start of a new one for Cuba remains to be seen. Illness forced Castro to transfer his powers to his brother Raúl in 2006 and to hand over the presidency in 2008. Though his iron fist no longer ruled Cuba, the 90-year-old was still a potent symbol of the revolution. What was the best thing he did for the Cuban people?
I made the education, health, completely free for the people.
Health and education.
Of course.
Will it change without Fidel?
I don't really worry about it. I don't.
After his 1959 overthrow of Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista,
Fidel Castro, Face the Nation.
Castro appeared on Face the Nation.
What we want now is peace. What we want now is to pay attention to our things here.
Some Cubans wonder if Raúl Castro will now pursue a modified capitalism and democratic reforms. These women are wives and mothers of jailed dissidents. We are going to continue with the dictator Raúl Castro, who will do the same thing Fidel did. Berta Soler said, those two did the same things together. President Barack Obama reestablished diplomatic ties with Havana and loosened the travel ban in 2009. President-elect Donald Trump called Fidel a brutal dictator and said he may roll back some of President Obama's policies. Under Raúl Castro, younger Cubans saw a taste of American-style freedom. The last time I was here, Diplo stood on this stage in an electronic dance music concert watched by some 400,000 people. Tonight, a city in mourning. There is less partying and more a sense of remembering the man who founded the revolution. There could be change, this man said, or maybe things will remain the same. But many believe Fidel Castro's death is a time for mourning and a consideration of Cuba's future. The government has not released many details about Castro's death. We still do not know the cause of his death, for example. For his part, Raúl Castro says he intends to step down in 2018. Here is what's interesting here. Whether you love Fidel Castro because of what he did in education and health care, or hate him because of civil rights and human rights, there is no doubt that he is considered here a revolutionary hero, not only in Cuba, but in many places around the world, and also for his defiance of the United States.
All right, Charlie in Havana, we'll see you again very soon.